Good morning, students. Today we are going to start a very nice and important topic of money creation or credit creation. This is a very interesting topic in your unit 6, banking, commercial banks and central bank. Now, commercial banks, as we have already discussed about commercial banks, what are their functions, and this is very closely connected with the commercial bank. This process of credit creation or money creation, from where does it come from? It comes from the commercial banks, okay? And how this process arises, because commercial banks are performing the primary functions of accepting deposits and giving loans, and from there comes the money creation concept. So let's take the assumptions. Here we are taking the commercial banking system as banks, okay? And whatever the receipts and payments are being made in the economy, they will be routed through the checks, and all the deposits, all the receipts are deposits in the bank. This is the assumption. Everything is routed through the bank transactions. So what do the bank do? How do the bank give loans? We are already aware people deposit money in the bank and banks use this money to give loans, okay? So how the bank decide how much amount to lend out of the total deposits? This is decided by the RBI or the central bank. After so many calculations over the years, looking at the withdrawals the people are doing, the money that is required to be kept by the bank for the depositors to withdraw, they have roughly calculated a percentage of amount that should be kept with the bank, and it is known as legal reserve ratio, and it is 20%. 20% of the amount is kept by the bank so that they can give amount to the depositors when they withdraw their money, and rest of the 80% of the amount is given to the borrowers as loans. So how do they come towards this idea of 20% kept as reserve and 80% given as loans? Because this is really logical. People don't withdraw their entire amount. Even if a person is withdrawing, not all the people will withdraw their amount at the same point of time. So this is a very logical thing. And also new deposits are coming into the banks, correct? That is the reason this entire ratio has come up. Now moving towards the money creation. Let me just clarify this percentage. First of all, if the total deposits with the bank is 200 crores, for example, let's say the banks have this much amount which is deposited by the people. So what the bank will do? Bank will keep 20% of this 200 crores, that is 40 crores with itself, for the depositors to have when they want to withdraw the money, and rest of the 160 crore rupees they will give as loans to the borrowers. Okay, now it's clear the ratio, how the bank do, how it operates, how many deposit it might have, but this is the way it works. Now understanding the money creation through an example, let's see. If the bank is having an initial deposits of rupees 1000, we are taking a very simple example, okay? Follow the table and follow the theory also. If you see initial deposit, for example, a person deposited a money 1000 rupees in the bank, okay? What the bank will do? It will keep 200 rupees as cash reserve, for example. Okay, I was talking about the entire deposits. Now I am taking a simple individual money. If he is kept in the bank, and 200 will be kept as cash reserve, and loan will be given of 800 rupees. In this way it will work for each and every depositor. How much money he has? Maybe he has 1 lakh of rupees. Maybe he has 10 lakh of rupees. That's another scene. But we have taken a very simple example. If I have money in the bank, what they will do? They will keep 20% reserve, and they will give the 80% as loan. So here moving on with the example. Now 800 loans, if they're giving, the bank is giving to the borrower, it will be every transaction routed through bank, as we have stated earlier. So the money will be deposited in the account of the borrower. 800 rupees will be deposited. Now it comes in the deposit in the first round. So out of this deposit also bank will give the loan of 640 and he will keep the cash reserve of 160. And this process goes on and on. Even if he is spend the entire amount, 800 rupees, he is not he has opened the account, and even if he spends the money, again the money in the form of payment will be deposited in an account, in the deposit account. Again the money is in the bank itself, whichever way you go, correct? And if there is a deposit, there is a money which is given as loan, and there is a money which is kept as reserve. So we are talking about only this 1000 rupees here. So what happening? In every round, some percentage is kept as reserve, some percentage is given as loan. It continues. It continues in the second round, third round, fourth round, till the end of the table is reached. And how it is reached? When the bank is able to create the deposits, total deposits of 5000 with an initial deposit of 1000, correct? And the total deposits, it means, become 5 times of the initial deposits. So what is the value of multiplier here? Correct? 5 times. Initial deposit is able to create credit, or money creation is 5 times if it is routed through the banking system. So money multiplier, if you see, is equal to 1 upon LRR. 1 upon 20% is equal to 5 times. What does it mean? Banks are able to create 5 times of the money. The value of money multiplier is determined by the LRR. Higher the value of LRR, lower is the value of money multiplier, and less money is created by the banking system. So it is 20%, 5 times. If it is more than that, higher the value of the LRR, lower will be the value of the, obviously if more is kept as reserve and less is given as loan, less is the credit creation. More is given as loan, more will be the credit creation. So very simple. Learn the formula of multiplier, money multiplier, 1 upon LRR, and also try to understand how we get total deposit, initial deposit into money multiplier. So commercial banks lends money mainly to investors, and rise in investment in the economy leads to rise in national income through the multiplier effect. So it is very important for the economy to have growth, to become better, to improve. So this is a very important thing. Alright students, so we are through with the concept of money creation or credit creation. Thank you class.